Long ago, in a prosperous kingdom surrounded by mountains and rivers, there lived a wise king named Alexander. He was loved by his people for his kindness and fairness. The kingdom flourished under his rule, and everyone believed that the future was secure because the king had a young son, Prince Adrian. Prince Adrian was the joy of the kingdom. The king adored him, and the people celebrated whenever they saw the young prince. But one day, during a grand festival, tragedy struck. The city was crowded with merchants, performers, and visitors from distant lands. Amid the excitement and celebrations, the young prince wandered away from his guards. When the festival ended, he was nowhere to be found. The entire kingdom searched for him. Soldiers rode through forests and villages. Messengers traveled across neighboring lands. Rewards were offered, and prayers were spoken in every home. But the prince was never found. Years passed. The king grew old, carrying the pain of losing his only son. Although he never gave up hope, the kingdom slowly accepted that the prince was gone forever. Far away from the royal palace, a young boy named Adrian lived in a small village. He had no memory of being a prince. The only thing he knew was that an elderly couple had found him alone near a forest many years ago and raised him as their own son. The family was poor. Their small house had a leaking roof, and they struggled to earn enough money for food. Adrian worked hard every day, helping his father repair shoes and carry goods to the market. Life was difficult, but Adrian never complained. Still, deep inside, he often felt different. Whenever he looked at the distant castle on the hill, he felt a strange connection he could not explain. Sometimes he dreamed of golden halls, royal gardens, and a man wearing a crown who smiled warmly at him. But when he woke up, he dismissed those dreams as imagination. As Adrian grew older, he became known for his honesty and courage. He would help neighbors without expecting anything in return. He stood up for the weak and treated everyone with respect. Yet many people underestimated him because of his poverty. "You are just a shoemaker's son," they would say. "You will never achieve anything important." At first, their words hurt him. He wondered if they were right. Maybe he was destined to live an ordinary life forever. One day, an old traveler arrived in the village. He spent several days observing Adrian and noticed something unusual. The young man carried himself with confidence and dignity, despite his humble circumstances. One evening, the traveler sat beside Adrian and asked, "Tell me, who are you?" Adrian laughed. "That's an easy question. I am the son of a poor shoemaker." The traveler smiled. "Is that who you truly are, or is that simply what you have been told?" The question puzzled Adrian. For days, he thought about it. Who was he? Was a person defined by their circumstances or by something deeper? The traveler's words ignited a spark within him. From that day forward, Adrian began investing in himself. He read books whenever he could find them. He learned new skills. He trained his body and mind. Most importantly, he stopped allowing other people's opinions to define his future. Years later, news spread throughout the kingdom that the aging king had become seriously ill. Without a known heir, uncertainty filled the land. Around the same time, an old royal advisor discovered a forgotten necklace among ancient records. The necklace had belonged to the lost prince and contained a unique royal emblem. The advisor remembered seeing the same symbol around the neck of a young man during a recent visit to a village. That young man was Adrian. The advisor immediately traveled to the village and met him. After asking many questions and comparing old records, he became convinced that Adrian was the missing prince. Adrian was shocked. "How can that be possible?" he asked. "I am nobody. I am just a poor villager." The advisor smiled. "No, young man, you were born a prince. You simply never knew it." Adrian was brought to the palace. When the old king saw him, tears filled his eyes. The necklace, the memories, and the evidence left no doubt. After many years, father and son were reunited. The kingdom celebrated with joy. But what happened next surprised everyone. The king did not choose Adrian as his heir simply because of his bloodline. Instead, he looked at the man Adrian had become. He saw kindness, he saw courage, he saw wisdom, he saw humility. The years of struggle had shaped Adrian into a leader worthy of the throne. Soon, Adrian became the new king. On the day of his coronation, thousands gathered to hear his first speech. Standing before the people, he said, "For many years, I believed I was ordinary. I believed the limits others placed on me. I allowed poverty to convince me that I could never achieve greatness. But I learned an important truth. Your circumstances do not define your destiny. Your current position does not determine your future. Many people live like kings while believing they are servants. Many people possess incredible potential, but never discover it because they accept the labels given to them by others. I stand before you today not because I discovered I was born a prince. I stand before you because I learned to believe in myself before I knew who I truly was." The crowd erupted into applause. His words echoed across the kingdom for generations. And people remembered that the greatest treasure Adrian discovered was not his royal title. It was the realization that greatness had always existed within him. He simply needed the courage to recognize it. Moral of the story: never let your current circumstances define your future. You may not know your true potential today, but with courage, effort, and belief in yourself, you can become far greater than you ever imagined.